Hi again, friends. My name is Sharon, and you can see me around social media as Mad Paper Crush. And today I'm here to show you my newest design team journal for the Graphics Fairy. So this one I am calling my Photographer's Journal, and I am imagining that the person who owned it is a woman who is a photographer in the late 1800s or the early 1900s, and this is sort of her idea book where she keeps photographs of people that she's photographed in the past. Maybe she collects different photographs of poses that she likes. She keeps different things about, her equipment and things she might need to get, fabrics and notes and different things like that. So let's take a look at the Photographer's Journal here. So just to kind of give you an idea of what it is, it's a pretty wide spine. I think it's almost 2 inches, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And it's got 3 signatures, which we'll see in a minute. And I've just closed it with this little piece of scrap fabric here. And on the front, I put this little collaged piece with some embossed paper and a little photo card. And then on the back, there's another photo there with a little calling card. And I imagine maybe, she knows this woman and maybe took her picture and kept her calling card in here. So this is the front, and then this is the actual journal itself. So before I open it up, let me tell you about the different kits from the Graphics Fairy that I used for this journal. Okay, here are the main kits that I used for the journal, and one of the biggest ones that you'll see the base of most of my pages are from these 3 kits: the antique album pages, the spring album frames, and then the vintage album frames. I used a lot of those throughout. And then I used these beautiful little Victorian scrap roses to make some DIY calling cards. And then a lot of the other pictures that you'll see are from the Antique Portraits 1 and 2, as well as the Instant Ancestors 1 and 2. I really used a lot of those pictures throughout, and I love the way they turned out. And then the last kits that I used for some decoration were the Heritage Wallpaper Kit, as well as the Wallpaper Samples Kit. All right, let's start taking a flip through of this journal so you can see all the goodies on the inside. So as we open it up here, I have more cabinet cards and signature cards, calling cards there. This is an actual cabinet card from my collection there, an older one, and I just love her little glasses on there. So there's the pocket in the front there. And then I loved using the album frames throughout this journal, and in the ones that I had put cabinet cards that I had made myself from different graphics on the Graphics Fairy, I tried to include, a little tab or tag on there so that you could pull them out, to either write on the back or to, add just some texture here. So this is a little flip here. And some old ledger pages that I printed some photographs on. I just love his little stance here. And then here is another album frame. And some of the wallpaper from the Heritage Wallpaper kit, I believe this one is. I used a couple of different wallpaper kits for this one. And then I have a little blank cabinet card piece of paper there that you could add something to. And I imagine this is newsprint, but I imagine that she might have been looking at this paper for, printing different things on, maybe advertisements or things like that. This is a little flip that you can write on or even tuck something into. And then this is the back of one of those album frames, and I just love this little picture of this baby in a chair there. And I think that fits right nice in this little oval album frame. And then here's another piece from the Heritage Wallpaper that I thought would make a great flip, and also just added some interest to this page, which would have been rather plain without it. And then I just used some die cuts to create some labels so that, if this was the photographer doing this, she might add a date here and some notes of, new things that she thought of or ideas that she was working on. And here's another cabinet card. And I love her very serious look here. And then this looks like a christening photograph on this tag here. Oops. Got to tuck it into the pocket, possibly. There we go. And then this is just a fun little catalog of different pieces of equipment that I thought would be fun to include in here. And this is just a little label that could be used somewhere, another calling card. And I actually made these calling cards myself and just made up some names on there, either some people in my life or something like that. Now on this next album cover here, or album frame here, I decided to do a bottom pocket that I thought would be fun, especially since this picture had some space at the bottom where I could add this little piece of fabric here to make it easy to kind of tuck into there. And I backed this one with an envelope, which you can open up, and then there's a big cabinet card inside there. And then here is another little die cut label with some of that wallpaper. Again, has a little tag on there. I thought that would be fun. And then this is just a little pocket with the back of a cabinet card. And I thought, well, you know, maybe she liked this design and was hanging on to it, maybe as an idea for her own designs in the future. And here's a little tuck spot where you could add something if you wanted to. And another album frame with this handsome man on there, and a nice big cabinet card that goes right into the top of that. There we go. And then I have this other little, this isn't, I don't think it's a cabinet card, but photograph of this young girl in her pretty striped dress there, and another calling card. And I printed on this newspaper as well, and just added some little decoration there. I thought it would be fun to add a couple little tabs here. So there's a little tab on the side there. And then another 2 holes or 2 opening album frame here. And this one, you can actually pull out both of these little pictures, cabinet cards in there. And I thought that was fun, so that you could, you know, add your own in, or you know, pull them out separately. And then I love this oval frame here, and actually this photograph itself is an oval frame, so they worked beautifully together in this album frame. And more decorative pages here with some more wallpaper. And I love stereo cards. This one was actually in the Graphics Fairy, one of the kits in the Graphics Fairy that I used there, and just put some cardboard on the back to make it nice and sturdy. And then I have another little label here on a little die cut frame there. And I love this picture of this family here sitting all together in this frame. And once again, they're all going to pull out. I decided to make them all very interactive there. I don't think I have that in all the way. There we go. And then another little tab here. And I love this picture of this woman here on the old ledger paper. And then I have some scrap fabric here, as well as another calling card. And another small frame here. And this one, I just added the back of a cabinet card on here and made a little collage tag for this one. So you don't have to have a photograph in there. I think it still looks fun, especially with the flowers and decoration on the album frame there. And there's a little top tuck here that you could slide something into, a note or something. And just some little fabric pieces here, another little label there. And I love this big frame with a small opening. So I just made a tall tag so that these 2 beautiful girls could fit right in there. So I thought that was really fun. So this one just slides right down in there, and they just fit perfectly into there. And then on the back side of the back cover here, I have another album frame, and this album frame actually is one piece when it's opened up, and I folded it together to make it sort of a front and back piece. And I put in another cabinet card for my own collection. I love sort of the decoration on her hair up there, and her I don't know, quite serious gaze there. But this one is from Federal Street in Camden, New Jersey, which I think is fun. So I just added this in here as a little flip on the back side. And then I included some more die cut labels on here with some brads, and these flip up, and I imagine that a photographer would need to be looking at what fabrics she might use for her hood on her camera. And so that's kind of what I was thinking these were, was just some little sample fabrics that she might be using to figure out, you know, how she wanted to use her camera and the hood on her camera. And then I just have a little camera charm down at the bottom here as well. And so that is the whole journal with the front piece with the pocket on the back there. And there we have it, my design team journal for the Graphics Fairy. Thank you so much for watching, friends. If you're interested in this journal, you can head to my Etsy shop and check it out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.